Hey, I'm T, and this is From Prison to Reform, back again with some more food stamp nonsense for you guys. I hope you enjoy this one. I got my little self-care patches on, getting ready to go to bed, taking the dog out for one last time. And happy early Thanksgiving. I hope all of you have a blessed day tomorrow. Please let me know what you're thankful for down in the comment section below. And as always, before I start the video, please like and subscribe, turn on your notifications, that way you don't miss any more uploads from me. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh, by the way, some of these were old. Now that the food stamps are turned back on, a lot of people aren't crashing out about them, so it was hard to try to find some newer ones, but the one at the end I think is really good. It's really long, sorry, but I wanted to put a video together for you guys before tomorrow. I might put one out tomorrow too if I can find some interesting things to put in with the food stamps. And I might start adding some other content to this, so hopefully you're not just here for the food stamps, and hopefully you're here for me. But yeah, let's get into the video.
Now, somebody gonna ask me, do I accept food stamps for gravestones for missed ones? Hell yeah, I accept food stamps. If you got them food stamps for headstones, gravestones, then where the fuck you at?
After watching all of these EBT crash out videos here on TikTok, I cannot muster up the empathy for anyone. I'm sorry, but I can't. We are federal employees and we're not getting paid, and I'm supposed to feel bad for you not getting your EBT that you don't work for. Why don't you feel bad for us who are not getting paid, who pay 42% in taxes so that you can live for free in your Section 8 and your EBT life? I wish I had an EBT life. I wish that I wasn't so stupid to go to school and marry somebody instead of just laying out and have 5 baby daddies that nobody pays for. Okay, I am sorry that you're having a crash out because the federal government shut down and you don't have your EBT card. And you think it's a good idea to go out and steal food. Not one time when I got the notification that we would not be getting paid on the 1st, did I think, oh, well, I'm just going to go down to Walmart and grab me a cart and walk out with all the food. Not one time did that cross my mind. But I've seen so many EBT crash outs today stating that's exactly what they're going to do. And nobody's going to stop you. That's bizarre. I'm sorry, guys, but this EBT way of life needs to stop. Okay, people need to get out and work. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach that man to fish and he will eat for a lifetime. These people need to be taught to fish. Okay, I'm sorry, but I know how to fish. And I think that you all need to learn, because instead of crashing out, maybe you should have had a plan B, like a job. Okay, or maybe child support from those 5 baby daddies. Who knows? Maybe that's a good idea. Don't depend on the government for your life, okay? You need to depend on yourself. It is America. We are a pretty self-sufficient nation. You might want to do that, okay? You might want to. Just my thoughts. If we can make do with not getting paid, you definitely can make do with no EBT, okay? I don't know. I've seen the fake nails. I've seen the wigs. I've seen it all. There's no way that you don't have the money for your food. It's just not true. It's not true. If you are on TikTok and you are EBT crashing out, but you have on a wig and nails and eyelashes, you obviously don't need it. Okay? I am all about giving to the poor, but you're not poor. You're lazy. Thank you.
Ain't on the way to the store with that food stamp card, and where the fuck you at?
I'm at work starving to fucking death because I can't get no stamps. We make too much money. You wanna sell some of them bitches?
The caucasity of you to get on the internet and ask motherfuckers what they did with October food stamps for November, and you don't even have the rights to your children. Baby girl, what did you do in October that you ain't gonna have your kids in November? Exactly. Get the
I'm so sorry to anyone who's on food stamps and seeing my reposts of all the news about the food stamps and they're probably coming to you out of order, and you're probably like, what the fuck? You're reposting things that contradict each other, and the truth is that's the way it's going. It's food stamps are off, food stamps are on, food stamps are off, food stamps are on. The ruling went this way, they're appealing, it went that way. As far as I can tell, he took it to the Supreme Court, and they sided with him, so it's back off. But while it was on, it looks like some states pulled the trigger and started allowing the funds to go onto people's accounts. So some people got some money, other people did not.
You said what, boo? I know, but don't get angry. I know how it is. I know. Don't hit me, baby. I know you're angry about your food stamps. I know, but don't take it out on me. Calm bodies. Now, what do you want?
Muffins.
And what else? And you need your what to buy your muffins?
What's that?
You need your food stamps? I know. So right now, this girl is so upset. She's missing her food stamps. She wants her muffins. She wants her juice. She wants her noodles. She wants her hot dogs. And she's over here throwing a tantrum. All because you want your what?
What's that?
I know, Lord, please. I listen. Come on now. I need y'all to help us over here. I need y'all to get this girl food stamps. I need y'all to get this girl food stamps, okay? Because I can't have this inappropriate behaviors. This girl is upset. She is just doing the most. My baby wants her snacks. You want your what, Kiaris?
Snack.
That's right. You want your snacks, so you need your what?
Food stamps.
I know you need them, baby. I know you need your food stamps. Tell them to say stop playing.
Stop playing.
And give me my
food stamps.
I know that's right. I don't be ready, Kiara. They took your what?
Food stamps.
They took my baby food stamps and tell me you need your what?
Juice.
Yeah, you need your juice. And what else?
Water.
You need your waters. What else? What else you like to buy with your food stamps?
Jello.
Jello. You got that right. I know you want your Jello. What else you like to buy with your food stamps?
Muffin.
Your muffins. You better know that's right. I know you want your muffins with your food stamps. Tell them to stop playing. Say it. Say stop playing.
Stop playing.
And give me my what?
Food stamps.
I know that's right, little bull. This is enough. Say enough.
Enough.
Enough of this foolishness. Say foolishness.
Finish.
I want my...
What's that?
No.
My husband and I received EBT/SNAP benefits back in like 2004. And the reason why, actually, I think it was 2003 through 2007. And it was because he got accepted to dental school and I already had a baby and one on the way. Oops, surprise. We were pregnant with our second baby before we even got to dental school. And so that's when we started our journey of being on food stamps. The reason why we qualified was because my husband was in full-time graduate program basically, and I had a baby under the age of 1. So that counted in Portland, Oregon as both of us working. Now, as soon as I had my second baby, I did get a job as an apartment manager. And on top of that, I also babysat for other people. I did like some different part-time jobs. Me and my husband both worked in a graduate program where we taught people how to prepare to take the entrance exams for like a master's in business or for dental school. So we were working our asses off. We were not just taking a handout. Everything else was just living on loans. So it was loans and food stamps, and that is what got us through. So I'm very thankful for the time that we had that. That being said, as soon as we were out of dental school, we have been on our own, and we pay a ton of taxes. So I guarantee you we have paid back every single dollar that they gave us. But I also want to say that I knew other people on food stamps that were not super honest with them. They would sell them so that they could purchase, like DRUGS. Also, one of my friends, I thought she was actually pretty brilliant because she would find these coupons that were like, you could get $25 off a $200 purchase at like Albertsons. So she had to spend the $200 with her food stamps, but then the extra $25 that she got for free, she could get diapers, toilet paper, paper towels, but I think she could also get alcohol because I remember taking her to the store and I know that girl had no money and I could see that she had gotten like a bottle of tequila or something. So
obviously, just kind of like not all men, it's also not all people who are on food stamps are going to be honest about it. But I do want to say that, like, sometimes it is a stepping stone, and I believe that's what it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be a stepping stone to get you back on your feet? And that is what it was for my husband and I. And there were some people that I went to dental school with, and they said my parents would rather us be unalived than know that we received welfare assistance. And I was like, oh, my dad just told me to. My dad was like, that's what it's there for. You're going to be paying taxes for the rest of your life. You might as well use them while you can. And so we did, and I don't feel bad about it because we were in a position where we were working our asses off. Even like when we finished dental school and I had my master's, the first time we got a job, we still could not pay the first week of daycare. And so then we went to our church and we're like, can you please pay our daycare bill for this 1 week? And then after that, our paycheck started rolling in and we were able to cover ourselves. And my parents did help us out here and there, but I think that we had kind of like asked them too many times. So anyways, that's just kind of my story. No judgment. I understand where everyone is coming from, but also there's just a lot of everyday people that are trying to become better. And that was why we use them, but we only used them up until the day that we had finished school. So.
Okay, so now I'm annoyed. A couple weeks ago, I posted that I wanted to help a family that needed help with groceries because of the SNAP benefit cutbacks. And I've had a lot of people reach out, and I'm starting a Google form where you can fill it out and we can see about emailing you a grocery gift card to a store in your local area, just so that we make sure that the funds are getting distributed to the right place. But I'm annoyed that women are asking me for this shit when they have pictures with men, the family members of theirs, or like fathers of their children in their TikToks. Why the fuck do you have a man and you can't feed your kids? That is annoying to me. That man, why is he not working and feeding your kids? Why are you asking people on the internet for money? I'm annoyed by this today.
She's following her dreams and inspiring others. I'll tell y'all how I applied for food stamps and they gave me $5.35. I took us to the store and we spent a little change, quite literally. Honestly, they did not upset me at all. What I wanted was the food stamp card, okay? Life just got exponentially cheaper because there are benefits for everything with the food stamp card. If you want to learn about the benefits, comment EBT below.
Guys, I'm so fucking pissed. They're gonna take away my food stamps. I get like $1,300 a month, and now I'm not gonna fucking have it anymore. What the hell am I gonna do? I can't even monetize off of my videos. I don't even have enough followers to get onto the TikTok shop to be able to sell my products. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know, just breathe. It's gonna be okay. They're gonna figure this out. I need to be able to know that I'm gonna be able to feed my fucking addiction. Guys, how am I gonna be able to feed my addiction? Oh God.
Most of the people who get food stamps have full-time jobs. So there are a lot of people who who get food stamps who don't have jobs, right? They're disabled, they're elderly, or even it might be children. But most of the people who get food stamps have full-time jobs. They're your Dollar General workers, your Family Dollar workers, your grocery store workers, your convenience store workers. They work at the McDonald's and the Burger King and the Mexican restaurant down the street you love so much. And they work. They just don't work for places that are paying them any real money. You know, I applied for the Family Dollar by my house one time just on GP because they seemed like they always was just needing help. So I decided, even though I was making a good, decent wage doing Lyft, I decided I was going to go work at the Family Dollar near me just on GP just to help. Do you know they wanted to start me off at $10 an hour? This was in 2021. They wanted to start me off at $10 an hour and then say, yeah, when you become a manager, you make the big money and you make 13. Bitch, please. So I said all that to say this. Don't assume that the people that are getting food stamps just don't work. Because that's not true. A lot of them have full-time jobs that don't pay them but a lick of cents. And you still want to be able to come in and get your tissue and your dishwasher liquid and your laundry detergent and your all of this. You want them to be nice to you. You want them to help you get the shit off the top shelf. You want them to do all of this for $10 an hour. And did you know that some of them still make $10 an hour in 2025? When $10 is the cost of your tissue paper. Be so fucking for real. Y'all, the amount of entitlement that so many of y'all have, I understand that y'all been privileged to never have to deal with the shortcomings that a lot of us have. I've been on food stamps at one point in my life. I ain't on food stamps now. And let me be for real with you. With the job I got, if I could get them, I would. Let me bless you. Because why wouldn't I? One less bill I got to worry about when I still got to take care of 2 whole children. And all these high-ass bills that come once a month, every month like clockwork. Y'all need to get y'all life together. And y'all sense of entitlement is disgusting. And I said what I said. And I mean it. And by the way, I've talked to a bunch of y'all on this phone who y'all had it and now y'all don't because somebody in the family got sick, or the person that was breadwinning died, or the person that was taking over the finances really had been bullshitting the whole time and you didn't find out till the last minute. I talk to y'all every day. So hear me, karma's a bitch. And she on the way to your house. Just wait for it. Why y'all so happy about people losing food stamps? Because your grocery bill is about to quadruple. That's okay, I'm finna go stock up. I'm going to the grocery store today. But anyway, figure it out.
So the list of the things that millennials have to go through just keeps getting longer and longer. So now we've hit the group 7 pandemic. Everybody wants to be in group 7. Apparently none of the other groups exist. Now we're talking about no food stamps on November 1st. People getting robbed at grocery stores. Everybody's planning to steal groceries on November 4th on election day as a protest. Now we heard talking about the earth has 2 moons somehow. How no one catch that? Who knows? Aliens have been verified. Like, are we for real right now? Like, raise your hand, did any other millennial growing up ever think about how crazy the world was gonna get when you were older? Or we just all came to a conclusive that it would just mellow out and we would just go back to how it was? Because what is even going on anymore? I don't even understand what is even going on. And then we have political stuff, like Trump saying that he wasn't gonna destroy the White House and he's destroying the White House for a ballroom. Like, are we still tracking that one alien ship that's light years away or something that's headed towards us? Do we still care about that? Because everything that I've been hearing is millennials don't care about nothing as long as we get paid. Okay, keep the paper coming and we're good. And then now y'all want to take it away. You want to take away all the benefits, and y'all stressing us out. I just want to know, what is it going to be like? What's our breaking point? When do we say, like, yeah, that we're done here? What is it going to take for that? Because when Amazon whole software side shut down, it wasn't as chaotic as I thought it was going to be, honestly. But when TikTok got taken away, that was chaos. So I don't know.
Would we eat a day as a low-income family of 7 that receives food stamps? For breakfast, I gave my kids some toast with yogurt, eggs, and some frozen fruit because we were out of fruit. I put on a pot of frijoles, and we took out the chicken for dinner. I made myself some chilaquiles because I've been on a chilaquile hype for like the past month. And my husband had some Costco tamales. I would have made him chilaquiles, but the beans weren't ready in time. Anyways, by this time, it was time for my kids to have lunch. And we only had 2 weenies left. So I cut them up, and I made them with the side of a macaroni and cheese and a fruit cup. When my husband got out of work, we went to AM/PM and got the kids ices with our food stamps. and my husband got started on dinner, and y'all were hating on me for buying all that meat at Costco. Pero mira, it's the beginning of the month, and it's still feeding us. We had Cajun chicken with white rice, and of course, you know I'm Mexican, I needed some frijoles.
One thing I can't stand with America, y'all up here complaining about Donald Trump cutting y'all fucking stamps off. What is y'all gonna do about it? What is y'all gonna do about it? Cause see, I don't have stamps. I don't have them, okay? I'm tired of y'all coming up here online complaining, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. When are we going to fight for our shit? When? Y'all gonna keep letting this motherfucker get away with what the fuck he doing? Oh, he's doing this, he's doing that. Yo, I'm down as a collective to stop paying shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm down as a collective to go out here and fight for ours. If y'all is. I'm tired of y'all complaining, crying. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. You gotta do something for yourself. So as a collective, when y'all ready to start fighting, and yeah, hit me up.
This one feels like deja vu with a side of stress. SNAP is finally back after the government shutdown, but the second the lights came on, Congress slid in a whole new round of cuts under that one big, beautiful bill. And yes, that name is ridiculous, but let's stay focused. States are rushing to issue the missed payments, like Alabama, which said folks should have seen their benefits hit on November 14th. But here's the other shoe dropping. USDA sent out guidance that pushes a whole lot of people off SNAP immediately. Work requirements just got way tougher. Able-bodied adults under 65, no dependents, you're now having to prove you're working at least 80 hours a month in school or in training. If you can't prove it, you get 3 months of benefits. That's it. Parents with kids under 14 are exempt, but once those kids hit 14, those parents are probably pulled into the work requirement pool too. And then here's the part that's blowing people right now. Groups that were always exempt no longer are. Veterans, people experiencing homelessness, young adults aging out of foster care. They now have to meet the same work rules. The only full exemption still standing is disability. Then we get to the immigration changes. This is where things get cruel real quick. Only citizens, nationals, Cuban and Haitian entrants, and COFA citizens are eligible. Green card holders facing a 5-year waiting period unless they're under 18 or have a military connection. Refugees, asylees, and trafficking survivors are losing benefits entirely. These are some of the most vulnerable groups we see accessing basic nutrition support in healthcare. So cutting them off isn't policy, it's harm. All of this took effect on November 1st. So people are already being dropped. And then from a nursing lens, food insecurity is directly tied to chronic disease progression, medication adherence, ED utilization, and mortality. Congress knows that. They passed it anyway. So that's the update.
Continuing coverage now on the aftermath of the federal government shutdown and the new eligibility requirements for food assistance benefits.
Well, if you are what the government calls able-bodied, you could lose access to SNAP. Fox 17 News' Karen Aguilar telling us what those requirements are and brings us reaction tonight.
Government officials say if you are 18 to 65 years old, you don't have a disability, you don't live with kids under the age of 14, and you don't work at least 20 hours a week, you'll likely lose your SNAP benefits. Some people on SNAP tell me they don't know if they'll have enough money to afford groceries.
That's some bull.
Nelson Scott is on the verge of losing access to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP. He is 38, not disabled, doesn't have any kids, doesn't go to school, and doesn't have a job. Those are just some of the reasons.
He's 38, not disabled, doesn't have any children, and he doesn't have a job. Why, sir?
He is no longer eligible for SNAP benefits.
How much did SNAP help you?
It helped me a lot. I get $292 a month.
The U.S. Department of Agriculture crackdown is led by President Trump, who signed the One Big Beautiful Bill into law in July. The government shutdown stalled the November 1st deadline for implementation. However, these changes are still coming up.
We help.
Signe Anderson is a senior director of nutrition advocacy with the Tennessee Justice Center.
Because of rules like this, we can see individuals that are going to be forced to skip meals.
She points out senior citizens and children between the age of 15 and 18 will be most impacted.
Oh, man. The brother got me, man. Dude, you're under 40. You don't have any children. Why are you not working, sir? Seriously, like, why are you not working? AT, I'll give you the first word on this. This is crazy.
Oh, thank you. First of all, a couple of notes on the videos you had up there. Big Beautiful Bill is a wonderful name. The alliteration is absolutely fantastic. It's just fun to say. I don't know what she's talking about. To the gentleman at the end, y'all, pull up your pants. I don't know why it's the first thought that came to mind. Pull your pants up. And if you have time to do a radio interview, we're going to walk down this street and I'm going to ask you some questions. The camera's going to follow. You have time to apply for a job. You have time to go do work. They said 18 to 65, not disabled, and work at least 20 hours a week. That's what Carla Aguilera said. She said it in front of all the food. And she said so many people are going to go hungry. 20 hours a week, that is not a lot of hours. It really is not a big ask. And it's so sad we got to this point where, look at that gentleman. I'm going to keep hitting him on wise. I know exactly why you did too. It's the mentality I see with that young man. You have two different sides. You have one side that says, I'm 38, so he's younger than all of us up here, if I'm not mistaken. I am able-bodied, so I can do it. I got back pain every single day, and I still find a way. And yet we're not going out and finding a way. We're finding a way. We're working. We're grinding to figure out how we're going to make this thing work out for tomorrow. No, instead it's, give me the money. Just give me the free money. And if it's not free, I'm going to be upset. This is one of the most biased recordings I've ever seen about SNAP, by the way. They hurt themselves to find individuals that are going to make this seem like it is the end of the world, when in reality, it's not. There are jobs out there right now still hiring. We still have a rate of unemployment that shows that you can go out and get a potential career within the next 30 days easily. It just may not be something you want to do. It may not be something that's in line with your dream. It may be something that is difficult, may break a sweat, and may be disgusting, and may be hard, but you got to build yourself up from somewhere. And people on the left view that as hate. Me telling somebody you can do it, you can find a way, you are able-bodied and you are capable, apparently that is hateful, and we see that in news reports like this.
Absolutely. And the thing is, AT, the work requirement, it does include volunteer work. So you're not going to tell me that you can't go and find 20 hours of volunteer work out here. There's tons of things that you could do that you could volunteer for.
That's right. Absolutely. Seriously. If you want to actually help your community out and you still want your SNAP benefits, go donate at a food shelter. Go hand out clothes to the homeless, right? Go pick up some trash somewhere. There you go. There's your SNAP benefits right back to you. No questions asked. But people don't want to do that either.
Absolutely. Marcelo, I'll give you the next word.
Yeah, well, like you said, the requirements are 20 hours a week of employment, training, volunteering, or education. So you can do any of these things. And let's face it, man doesn't work, he shouldn't eat.
Facts.
You're not put on this earth to be a slob, be a slug. If you are able-bodied, you need to contribute to something. And they're trying to make it as easy as possible. And, the other things is that parents of teenagers 14 or over are also required for these work requirements. Because, some people say, well, I got kids. Yeah, but they're all 14, 15, 16 years old. Like, they're not even in the house half the time.
No,
because they're running
and they should get jobs.
Yeah, they should get jobs. I mean, and then homeless individuals and veterans. I've got a soft spot for veterans, but I know a lot of veterans that want to work. They want to work, but unfortunately, some of their disabilities hinder them. But that doesn't mean that they shouldn't try. Love my veterans, but they're still men, they're still people. They still need to contribute to society. Homeless individuals, absolutely. Now, again, people will say, "Oh, a lot of them have mental challenges, substance abuse challenges." Yes, a lot of these people have, but that's why they said employment, training, volunteering, or education. Doesn't mean you have to go out there and get a job. Doesn't mean you have to go work at McDonald's. You can go to a homeless shelter and help the people that sleep right next to you on a cot. I mean, it's they're not asking you to build rockets for SpaceX. There is no excuse. But a problem, like Elon Musk really pointed out, was that these states used these SNAP benefits as ways of laundering money from the federal government to balance their budgets. They need these payments constantly coming in. And most of these states don't even have to prove how many SNAP benefits they're giving. They just literally tell the federal government, hey, I need this amount of money for SNAP benefits. The federal government writes them a check. They take that money, give it to the NGOs that are supposed to be fighting homelessness and giving to the veterans and fighting the epidemic of people who are hungry. And most of that money is given right back to the politicians' pockets. It's not really going to where it's supposed to go. I mean, and they use it for their pet project, but they use it mostly to balance their budgets. That's what, I mean, let's face it, that's what Doge found and was really finding. And both sides, I'll say it again, Republicans and Democrats both shut it down. They don't like it because that's how they get reelected. That's why it costs $1 billion to get a Senate seat in a state. This money's coming through us. They don't have businesses. Most of these daggone politicians have never held an actual job ever, other than politicians. People need to work. 100% agree. But SNAP benefits are never going to go away as long as states can use it to funnel money to balance their budget.
I don't think people are looking for SNAP benefits to go away. I think they're looking for that number to decrease. I do think that is the case.
But
and
it's
I think
not going to decrease as long as they're using that money to fund the budgets.
Well, I mean,
that's
if
what
the
I'm
federal
saying.
government is
How do
saying
you? The hose has a hole in it. You have to replace the hose.
Yeah, but if the federal government is coming out saying, "Hey, we're not subsidizing it in this way," and that's what a lot of the kicking and screaming is about. They're trying to do audits. They're trying to figure out who should and who should not be on, and who can go and get a job and who can't go and get a job, so forth and so on. They're trying to figure that out. And I don't have an issue, with the requirements around SNAP. I do understand exactly where you're coming from. In a lot of the states, Lord knows our state has been doing it, using it as a way to balance the budget. And they still spend more money than they actually bring in. It's crazy.
I complain about the accountability.
Yeah.
That's where it is. There's no accountability. There's no show me how many people you have in your state that take SNAP benefits and why. And until you can prove this, you don't get any money. And unfortunately, again, trickle down effects, the people who truly need SNAP benefits are going to go hungry, and it sucks. And they know that. And that's why they do it. That's why whenever you see politicians getting ready to get elected, the first thing they do is they start taking people's food. They start taking the ambulances away and the police away and the fire away and everything that's going to hurt the person. Not them. That don't bother them. They're rich.
Yeah, good amount of them.
But it hurts. It hurts grandma who's living on a fixed income that needs that $60 a month they get from SNAP benefits just to eat something. That's who it hurts, and people know that, and people get very emotional and very angry about that. And so they just keep pulling on them strings. And that's why I said that, I mean, SNAP benefits are great, but we have to find a way to keep the states accountable so they can't just use it to funnel money to fund their pet project.
I take to your point, Marcelo. It's so multifaceted because on one hand, we have to hold the government accountable. There's a tremendous amount of corruption that comes, and he's absolutely correct. I agree with everything you said about it, Marcelo. A lot of officials are taking advantage of the system. But for that grandma out there, I agree with Wise. No one's saying get rid of them altogether. We have to fix it from the other angle, too, which is that 38-year-old man who, unfortunately, is the group of individuals that are upset this is getting taken away, the ones who have been abusing it. And unfortunately, that young man is going to be the face of the individuals who want food stamps. Meanwhile, grandma truthfully needs them and is suffering, but we can't hear her because we have individuals like this that are abusing it.
Yeah. Crystal,
absolutely.
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
I love when my people over here on TikTok are saying, I would love to work 20 hours a week and be taken care of. Sometimes I'm just saying, people are complaining about any and everything. The thing that's interesting to me is when he was talking about the green card holders. Again, I remember when my grandparents, my grandparents, we always talked about this. When people come to America, you have to basically sign, at least when they were coming, you have to sign paperwork saying you are not going to be dependent on the government. You were coming here and you were going to make your own way. So you weren't coming here to get on government benefits. So if you were coming here and you had no, like my grandfather coming to America, he literally had to show them that he had a job here, that he was coming here to work, and he was going to take care of his family. You weren't coming for a government benefit. So the fact that we've reached to this point in life where people are like, no, we're coming to America and we expect you to take care of us, that doesn't make sense. The system is definitely broken. This man, Nelson is his name, 38 years old, has no kids, not in school, not disabled, but he's complaining. This is the status of a lot of men nowadays on that side, where they want to be taken care of. The government is not your mama. Figure it out, get yourself up and go get a job. I don't understand why. And the fact that you have the audacity, make shaming great again. Where is shaming? We need to shame people, because you cannot be 38 years old, no job, no kids, no disability, none of these things, and you complaining because you ain't getting no SNAP benefits? Sir, go work. Like, go work. I don't understand. Like, get up and work. 18 to 65, they said 18 to 65, able-bodied, I made sure to take notes, no disability, work requirement is 80 hours a month, and you're complaining. As you said, you can go and volunteer, you can go train, you can go learn something, you can do something with your life, but you choose to sit down and do nothing. And exactly what you guys said, 2 Thessalonians 3:10, where it says a man that does not work does not eat. When we say a man that does not work that does not eat, it means God doesn't want us to be lazy. Think about what Adam had to do in the garden. He had to work. He wasn't put there just to sit there and bask in the beauty of the garden. He had to work. You're supposed to work. And these people, they're complaining. That lady in the beginning where she's saying this is wrong. Why is it wrong? Why is it wrong that you think people should sit down and do nothing? I was 13 years old when I started working. I was 12, 13 years old when I started working in New York. So when people say about we can't work, why is it that a young girl, could go work? My children were working when they were in school, but you're telling me grown adults are supposed to sit around and collect food stamps? And mind you, when the SNAP benefits came on, our boy John Paul King showed a whole video of them right back at the wig shop, at the hair store, purchasing new hair and all of the things. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, we need our food. You don't care about your food. You care about your hair. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. These people, I have no words for them. It's an embarrassment to actually get up on TV and say these things with all seriousness when you know you look weak. Like, what kind of human being are you that you want everybody in the world to take care of you? And hence, this is why the left is losing their mind, because someone is holding them accountable. You are an adult. Get up, do what you're supposed to do, go to work. If you have kids, listen, honestly, 10, you said they were nice to you. They gave you 14. At like 10, you should be able to go out to work. Your kids are old enough. At 10, you should be able to go out to work. I mean, let's be real. But I digress. These people are laughable. That's all I have to say.
Crystal does not like those child labor laws. I'm telling you, she's not a fan of those. She says as soon as they can walk, put them out to work.
Put them to work in the fields. Get them out there. Get them out there working.
That part.
So I want to give you the last word on this. I do want to say this though. The people that man is a poster child for what the left would like to see in a man. And honestly, in people in general, they want people to be happy with just enough to survive, never enough to thrive. They want people on that government dole. Matter of fact, I think the left, they need people on that government dole. They need them. The more dependent upon them you are, the easily you're controlled by them. Seriously, if they provide your food, your shelter, and your clothing, and we know that runs out, 2, 3, 4 days before, the end of the month, they control you. And it goes right in line, with this socialist propaganda that's being pushed in our country, this communist mindset or agenda that's been pushed in our country for quite some time. And these are the kind of people that they want to showcase and show you, hey, socialism is needed in America because of people like Nelson, men like Nelson. He's the reason why men are weak. Y'all can't take care of yourselves. What are you talking about? You need us to take care of you. You need us. Matter of fact, you want us to take care of you. And really what they're really saying is you want us to own you. That's really what they're saying. Celeste, what are your thoughts?
I think it's a propaganda piece that was trying to frame this gentleman as a sympathetic figure for the left and to make other people afraid that somehow they were going to lose their SNAP benefits. And that is becoming less and less effective on the part of the media, because as we all were saying here, he didn't appear to us as a sympathetic person. And to most people, particularly men who see that, are actually disgusted by him. And this is why the left continues to have their problem with men. But broadly, the issue here is that we are a divided country and we see things very differently. The left sees the greater number of people who qualify for SNAP benefits as a good thing, because what they think is good is the fact that the government can service the greater number of people who they believe are in need. Conservatives think the fewer number of people who qualify for SNAP benefits is a good thing, because they think that indicates more people are self-sufficient and independent and free. So we've got this one program being evaluated in two different ways. And that is where the real problem comes, because the left it never matters to them how many people are receiving the benefit. I mean, apparently just recently in the last administration, the number of people grew by like 40%. And people will say, wait, what was this great jump in SNAP benefits? They don't care how many people are on it. They care how many people the government can service. Their concern is about the bigness of the government and its efficiency in servicing the needs of people. Conservatives are concerned about how independent and free people can be. Free from what? Free from government. So we are really in a clash of ideologies. And the way you know this whole thing was full of propaganda is because they were talking about food insecurity. We cannot be on the cusp of an obesity crisis and on the cusp of a food insecurity crisis. And if you really look into the data, the lower the incomes of the people, the greater risk they are of becoming obese. So this whole food insecurity thing is absolutely a crazy, crazy myth. Once again, that's a propaganda data point that people throw out to make people believe that everybody's starving. And I'm not saying there aren't some people that do need some food, and they absolutely should get it. The disabled, the children. I'm not denying that, which is why you said, Wise, correctly, nobody's looking to take SNAP away. American people want people to eat, and they don't want children and disabled and elderly and those folks to be to have food. But you can't tell me that everywhere you go where there's allegedly a food desert and there's allegedly all this food insecurity, just look on the ground at the bus stop, nothing but chicken wing bones.
That part.
Oh man, Celeste, you a mess. You're not wrong though.
I left the last one in because it was posted 5 hours ago, and also I think it was really good. It had like a lot of people's thoughts about, and I think it was all-sided. That's what I liked about it. So it was all-sided, like some corruption in the government, and then just, you know, why would somebody use this man to put on camera? He was 38, no job, just was gonna lose his food stamps. Like, why would, you know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna choose a face for like sympathy, you wouldn't choose like an able-bodied adult that's worried about losing his food stamps. But they had a lot of thoughts, so I thought it was good. That's why I left it in. I know it's long, but like I said, some of these were hard to find because the food stamps apparently are back on. I don't know. I guess there was an appeal, and they sided with Trump on this one, so I don't know what's happening, but people aren't crashing out right now. So I'll look tomorrow and see what I can find, but this is what I could put together for you. I hope you enjoyed it. And again, let me know what you're thankful for down below in the comment section. And again, happy early Thanksgiving. I hope you have a good one. I might pop on, maybe do a live, but I don't know. I think that would be a bad day to do a live because everybody would be with their families. But I want to do a live, so yeah, we're gonna have to plan. Is it daytime or nighttime better to do like a live food stamp sesh with me? Or just, you know, chat bullshit, but definitely like some good food stamp videos that I keep in my treasure chest. I'm taking my dog out right now, that's why. But yeah, I'm just blabbing at this point, so have a good night.